Hi again, everyone. I'm Ollie Matthews. This is Refuge from Narcissism. And this refugee video is sponsored by contribution from Vincent. And Vincent left it open for me to pick a topic, do what I wanted to do. And I came across this, I heard this being discussed. And, I know I said I don't like doing celebrity stuff, but that's not exactly true. I don't like doing celebrity, like murder, like high profile murder cases and stuff like that. I don't, because that's already, to me, that's already the end of the line. There's a lot of reasons behind it, a lot of reasons. But parental alienation, societal control, that stuff, yeah, you know what? I will, especially when it deals with parental alienation. And, for years, I thought, in the whole Britney Spears thing, when she started freaking out, 15 years ago, I thought she was just nuts. And, I think there is a portion of that is true where, she does have some level of, I don't know whether it's mental illness. She's damaged. She's irreparably damaged. Okay? And her family used that damage against her, even though they're the ones who caused the damage in the first place. So this is something she posted on Instagram. I have an Instagram account. I really don't use it. Those of you who found my Instagram account can pretty much figure out what I basically use Instagram for. And it's not anything like social or anything like that. It's nothing sexual or anything. I use my Instagram for other things. And I don't post on it. So I don't watch Instagram. I'm not on Instagram unless I have to go somewhere specifically. But I heard this being discussed. And, as far as Instagram and Britney was concerned, all I knew was she keeps posting her nudes on Instagram. Like, they're censored, but she's basically naked. And, that's always a head scratcher. And, I supported her getting out of that conservatorship. I did. I still do. But she's still letting the damage from her abuse affect her, negatively online. And I'll get into that in a bit. But, I'll start off by saying she is a victim here. She is 100% the victim of all of this. So, and I feel terribly for her. So, and I'm gonna play her response first, and then we'll go and we'll look at another video where, what she's specifically responding to. Because there's clips of that in the next video. There's clips of this video in the next one, but I just wanted to play the whole thing in context first. So, here we go.
I can totally understand why my family would have a problem with me doing my own thing. Maybe because I never have. I'm sure it is a little bit different and a touch lighter, me not being responsible for 3 18-wheeler trucks with tour equipment and thousands of people to be responsible for on tour, and Dad and my Robin in the corner of every room I've had to be in for the past 20 years.
So she's basically saying, I'm paying for everybody's lifestyle, and I can't even spend time with my children without being watched. See, this is the thing. She's so crazy. She needs to be under this conservatorship, and she can't get married. She can't make any decisions on her own. But you could put her out there in Vegas or wherever to perform and continue making money. And at the same time, tell her you're so crazy, you can't even spend time alone with your children. But make sure you're paying for those 3 monster trucks that Kevin Federline's, driving around.
So Jaden, as you undermine my behavior, just like my whole family always has, I hope she gets better. I will pray for her. Pray for what?
You notice now Jaden's her son. I think it's the 16-year-old. Talking to her. What 16-year-old says, I'll pray for you. I hope you get better? No, this is years and years of conditioning by his father, by his grandfather, her father. Okay, so now he's assumed the role of another, basically another conservator over her life. They've given him free range to call his mother crazy.
Keep working so I can pay off mom's legal fees in her house? Do you guys want me to get better so I can continue to give your dad 40 grand a month? Or is the reasoning behind you guys deciding to be hateful is because it's actually over in 2 years and you don't get anything? I will say it.
40 grand a month for 2 kids and Kevin Federline. 40 grand a month. That is what it's about. When the party's over, boy, does it even get colder. I figured that, I found that out the hard way myself. I haven't heard from Erin in a year. I haven't heard from her in a year. Paid every dime. Not 40 grand a month, but enough. People who've been watching long enough know what I paid. They went on a Caribbean cruise. I don't even get a phone call. 40 grand a month, though. They need that money. They need that money. That money's to raise your children with 3 monster trucks. And, in my case, at the end of it all, here's a Caribbean cruise. And you're crazy. And at the same time, okay, as they're driving their monster trucks or they're on their Caribbean cruises, they're just saying, I hope you get better. Holding up the beer bong. So it's no wonder why, she displays some of the behaviors she displays. The problem is, and if I could talk to her, I don't know how good, no, doesn't matter. You are the victim. Your kids have been brainwashed. All of it. 100%. They're using you for your money, but you can't keep giving them ammunition. Because no boy, it's going to be real easy to make other kids understand, okay, even in 2022, no matter how open and free and, sexualized they're trying to make everybody, no teenage boy wants to see their mother flashing their shit on the internet. They just don't. You don't need to get naked to let people know you still look good. You still look good. It's pretty obvious you still look good. You don't need to be crawling around naked on the internet. You're just giving them the ammunition. And that is detrimental to them. I'm sorry. It is detrimental to a teenage boy seeing their mother like that. Most I like football, even though I'm pissed at the NFL with everything that's going on. I'm a Jets fan. And there's been a huge story since the beginning of training camp about the quarterback, this young kid, Zach Wilson, apparently, had an affair with one of his mom's friends. And now, they're calling him the MILF hunter and this, and he's into older women. And I'm thinking that's not what that was about. This is Wilson's second year. And when he got drafted, everybody found out his mom was one of these internet hose bags you know, posing on she wasn't naked on Instagram, but it was bikinis, underwear, lingerie, the whole, all like, you know, and for like through college and his last year was all about his hot mom. His hot mom, his hot mom. And you could tell it bothered him. He didn't fucking like it. He didn't like it. So what did he do? What did he do to make his mom understand? He went out and banged one of her friends. And you haven't really seen her doing that shit on Instagram since. No guy wants to see their mother sexualized, especially not a teenage boy. You're giving them the ammunition. You're right on all this. You're right on all of it, on everything you're saying, on everything you said that happened. And I understand you're damaged. What happened with Disney and your father and all of it is horrendous. But that behavior, okay, is not good. It's detrimental to everything. Because that's all they're going to have to point to say, look, she's still crazy. That's it. You make it easy for them.
I will say it. I sat in that kitchen and looked you straight in the eyes, beautiful boy, and said, how come I can't see you guys anymore? Or just see you guys more? I look forward to seeing you guys weekly. You said, Mama, oh, it'll change. You and your brother left me in that house always 2 hours early. Preston would sleep. You would play the piano the whole time. And if I didn't shower you guys with gifts and have amazing food ready and play a motherfucking saint, it was still never good enough. That one time I asked you, looking straight in your eyes, I want to see you more. You called your dad. I never saw you again. I didn't.
That's how you know. I mean, that's how you know. It's just, what can I get at? What can I get out of you? So not only is everything that they have when they're with their father, she's paying for. Now she's got to pay him more just to see them at her. It's all her money anyway. It's all her money anyway. But she's just jumping through hoops, thinking that she can somehow win these kids' love. These kids' love, and they don't love her. They don't. They've been your kids have been irreparably damaged for 16 years living with Kevin fucking Federline and your dad on your money and your talent and your dime. As they say, I'll pray for you and I hope you get better, but don't miss your show. Don't miss your Vegas tour. And my fear is for her, okay, as soon as the money's cut off at 18, that's when these kids are all of a sudden going to want to have a relationship with their mother again. And at that point, she just needs to hold strong. It's got to be obvious to you just about the money. And you've been irreparably damaged. Irreparably damaged. Now, if they want to go to school and go to college and you want to pay for that, for them to make their own way or something, hey, then that's up to you too. But do not, when they turn 18 and the money train ends, okay, do not fall for, oh, mommy, I just want to love you now. Oh, they were brainwashing me the whole time. Because they're old enough to make the decision now. Okay? They're not going to make the decision. Now, if they want to come to you after a couple years and say that, that's different. After they've made their own way and it's not about the money, that's different. But if it happens right as they turn 18, all of a sudden they want a relationship with you, you don't buy that. Don't buy it. Don't.
Didn't do anything wrong, and I know I'm not perfect, but the love I've given you and how much I adore you and your diplomatic ways, speaking like Paw self-entitled, this can be fixed, I will see her when she's better.
So Papa, I would imagine, is her father. That's what they call him. What 16-year-old knows self-entitled? I will see her when those are the words of her father being repeated out of his mouth. Just like I heard Aaron repeat the exact words of my mother. Same tone, same words, same tone, same inflection. Right out of her mouth. I mean, that right there should tell her, like, these kids are gone. They're gone. They chose the fabulous games and prizes, which they would have had either way. I'm sure. They just get more this way.
Jaden, it was a miracle I could even have a normal conversation when I got out of that place. But you were just like my other family. You secretly loved looking at me as something was wrong with me.
And that's just it. They love looking at you as if you're damaged because it gives them superiority over your life. That's what narcissism is. That's what they do. They love it. They love the fact that they could label you as crazy, a mess, damaged, and you are damaged. Don't get me wrong. You are damaged by them. But they love being able to look at you as if you're broken, as if there's something wrong with you. That is their drug, and they will never give that up. That is the supply they need. That superiority over you and control over you and your emotions. And in your case, and in Britney's case, it became so much more because they had legal control over her. She couldn't marry anybody. She couldn't do anything without their permission. But she could go perform in Vegas. They loved the power. They loved the control. They love it.
I didn't need a family hiding shit in houses and whispering shit behind my back, feeling subconsciously guilty because I paid for every fucking thing in both homes. I needed unconditional love and support, but
ain't that some shit? You're being told all this by people who are telling you it from the houses and the places you're paying for. And she's saying she's feeling secretly guilty. No, you should be hourly in rage. But you can't show your rage because then you're crazy. Then you're showing that you're mentally deficient and you shouldn't have your kids and you shouldn't have control over your life. I mean, I get it. I get why you post the pictures that you do because you're free and you can do what you want to do. But there's better ways of doing it. There's better ways of doing it than giving them the ammunition they need to label you as crazy.
guess what? The whole twist of it all, which would have made a little bit more sense. I was in the greatest state I'd ever been because I was actually able to speak up 100% and say no. It saddens me not one of you have valued me as a person. You've witnessed me how my family has been to me, and that's all you know. Like I said, I feel you all secretly like to say something's wrong with me. Honestly.
Because your only value to the narcissist is what you can give them. They're not interested in your well-being or loving you and supporting you. It's a give me. It's a one-way proposition. It's one way, always.
Honestly, my dad needs to be in jail for the rest of his life. But like I said, God would not allow that to happen to me if a God existed. I don't believe in God anymore because of the way my children and my family have treated me. There is nothing to believe anymore. I'm an atheist, y'all.
And that's sad because they broke her. They've broken her. I know some of you have dealt with things like this. Maybe not on her level, and it's like, oh, well, boo-hoo, she has $60 million, she's living a lavish lifestyle. It doesn't matter. A prison's a prison. A prison is a prison, and when you can't see your kids, you can't see your kids. When your own children are calling you freaking crazy, it don't matter how much money you have in the bank. So let me go to this. This is a extra TV recap of what triggered that response.
I don't believe in God anymore because of the way my children and my family have treated me. There is nothing to believe anymore.
Lashing out at her sons?
Do you guys want me to get better so I can continue to give your dad 40 grand a month?
Questioning their motives.
Or is the reasoning behind you guys deciding to be hateful is because it's actually over in 2 years and you don't get anything?
It's shocking and heartbreaking. What should be a private family drama is sadly unfolding in public. Britney Spears railed against her family after ex-husband Kevin Federline and their 15-year-old son Jaden broke their silence in a powerful sit-down interview with famed international journalist Daphne Barak that aired.
So they're going to interview Kevin Federline and his kids in the pool, in the house that she's paying for. So they could talk about how crazy she is. As this journalist comes in and says and sits here and interviews him in her house. And, it's no wonder why she does some of the things she does.
Aired on 60 Minutes Australia.
You have a family that is worried about their daughter and trying to do whatever they can to help her.
K-Fed and Jaden also both defended Britney's father, Jamie.
Some people are just ceasing to realize how much he cares about her.
Britney blasted her dad in a nearly 3-minute Instagram post.
Honestly, my dad needs to be in jail for the rest of his life.
Married to Britney for 2 years, Kevin said he understands his ex's anger.
I was more
2 years, this talentless fucking backup dancer. And this is how he gets 40 grand a month, living large. Gee, I wonder why he doesn't have a problem with the guy that's controlling all the money in the first place. And did you see the son as he's sitting there at the piano? He's just staring off into blank space, just repeating his lines. That's all that was, him repeating his lines.
mortified for her. I still feel bad for her.
He explained why he did not step in to help end Britney's 13-year conservatorship.
I don't feel like it would be fair to Britney. I don't feel like it would have been fair to my sons. I have no part in any of that.
While Britney's dad...
Right, wouldn't have been fair, as you're collecting 40 grand a month.
Dad took the reins of his daughter's career and $60 million fortune. Kevin was focused on Jaden and Preston.
Keeping my boys safe and making sure that they have a...
It's a very nice fireplace that she paid for. You know, everything. The art on the wall, the lamp, the furniture, it's all her money. The clothes on this fat slob's back, it's all her money. It's all her money. So they could talk about how she can get better. They hope she can get better.
Relationship with their mother and the rest of the family. That's what my role has specifically been.
Kevin, who was awarded 70% custody of the boys in 2019, offered a rare look at his sons.
They're not seeing her right now. It's been a few months.
Jaden explained why he and his brother did not go to their mom's wedding to Sam Asghari.
She didn't invite her whole family, and then if it was just gonna be me and Preston, I just don't see how that situation would have ended on, good terms.
Why wouldn't it ended on good terms? Unless the guy holding the purse strings is gonna get mad. Why wouldn't it Would your mother have caused the problem if you were there? No. So the rest of the family has already made the determination that her sons can't be at her wedding because the rest of the family's not invited. That her sons can't go. Think about that. It's just they don't about like, well, who would it cause a problem with? Oh, this side of the sane side of the family would have a problem with you going to your own mother's wedding. Is that what you're saying? These are the sane people. Oh, okay. And unfortunately, like, this is a young kid. He's 16. He doesn't really know any better, but he's gone.
Still, Kevin says the boys are good, with their mom winning the Free Britney battle.
Both of them were happy for her.
Oh, of course they're good with it, you know? Of course, we still got our money. Well, maybe when we need to, we'll be able to manipulate even more out. Get even more money out of her.
As for Britney, she is not happy that the boys have made the decision not to see her for now.
That one time I asked you, looking straight in your eyes, I want to see you more. You called your dad. I never saw you again. You were just like my other family. You secretly loved looking at me as something was wrong with me. Preston would sleep. You would play the piano the whole time. And if I didn't shower you guys with gifts and have amazing food ready and play a mother saint, it was still never good enough.
I want my sons to have the closest thing to a normal life that they can possibly have.
But I need $40,000 a month to do that. I need $40,000 a month to make sure my sons have a normal life. Oh, geez. And you think I only go after women?
Thank you for watching. If you want more...
That's just sad. We couldn't go to the wedding because it would have caused problems. With who? The sane people? Do you see how easy this is, though, to pull apart once you can step back and look at it, from an objective point of view? Okay? Yeah, Britney's still making a lot of mistakes. She's got to stop flashing her shit on Instagram. She's got to stop. I understand why she did it. But boy, did she hit the nail on the head. The narcissist loves looking at you as if there's something wrong with you. That's what feeds them. That's their drug. So let me know what you think in the comments section below. Thank you again, Vincent, for another contribution. I really appreciate it. Thank you to everybody watching. Please leave any opinions in the comment section below, as I said. And if you want your story read on the channel, you have a topic you'd like me to cover, something you'd like me to expose, you'd like to set up a Skype, phone call, have a private video made, you'd like to sponsor a video like this for someone who needs help and can't afford it, or just make a contribution to the channel in general to keep it supported, growing, and successful, because this channel survives 100% on contributions from all of you. Without you guys, all this goes away. So if you like what you see here and you want to see more videos like this, you know what to do with the PayPal or Zelle and email links in the description box below. Also, please like and share this video wherever you can. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and be sure to click the subscription bell to be notified of all my video uploads. I'm Ollie Matthews. This has been Refuge from Narcissism. Take care.